All right, I am in Hindman, Kentucky, and this little tiny town here, I don't know if many people's ever even heard of it, but you see this building right here? When I was a young girl, that building right there was called the Ben Franklin store. And I've got a little note here about it. The Hindman Ben Franklin is a historic commercial building in Hindman, Kentucky, which was formerly held a Ben Franklin 5 and dime type. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2007. It opened in 1914, added to the Historic National Register in August 23 of 2007. All right, this building right here, that was called Cody's Hardware when I was a young girl. And you know, of course, that's been quite a ways ago. So I'm kind of old now, but I don't really know what some of them things there is. But yeah, when I was a kid, this was actually kind of like a hardware store, and I think they actually sold some furniture in it too, the best I can remember. And right up there is where I think where the Hindman post office is, and right there is a little something they've added here now. That historic thing there, that was a place where they did, I believe they made like mandolins and guitars and some things like that. I don't know that they, after the flood, I don't know if they completely went out or if they've opened in a different building. I don't really know. But right there is the old courthouse. And we'll get to that momentarily. This right here is some old historic buildings. You've been here a long, long time. Right there's a sign. They put this up after the flood because that flood was, as you can see, they're still working on some of that in there. But Hindman is our little county seat. It's been here a long, long time. But right there was the old courthouse. And that statue right there, he was our representative for many, many years. And I think that's Carl D. Perkins, and I think he died while he was still in office. And here's the new courthouse. As you can see, it's a very tall building. Very tall building. Yeah, 2003. I don't care. This is my town too. I live here. And I think that right there used to be a funeral home. And then they turned it into a barber shop, and I ain't sure now what it is. But I know that it used to be a funeral home. And I guess this is just like some kind of attorney's office. It's kind of nice. Airbox. Okay, so here's, looks like they're closed, but here's where they, I guess actually, yeah, I see a lot of repair work in there to be done. This is the Artesian Center. All these buildings like this was thriving. Now, after the flood, pretty much destroyed, looks like. There's an old Dulcimer covered with dust. There used to be an insurance company, and it probably still is. It was called Jones's Insurance. And right up there, that used to be a car lot, believe it or not. Long time ago. And this is a nice mural on the side of that building. I think it's kind of nice. But this is their bank. It's one of them. The other one, the Hindman Bank, moved out up on the bypass area. And this is a community trust bank. Not too much. And down there used to be a church. I forget now. It seems like it was like a missionary Baptist or something, and then they moved it to someplace else. And we've got some pretty old buildings around here. Now, right up on that hill there, I don't know if you can see that building or not, but that's where the Hindman First Baptist Church is, the new one they put in on the hill there. So, down through here we had a place where they sold like movies, you could rent them and so forth, but I think that's long gone. And look at this big new ramp. Goes to used to be the Hindman jail over there, but now they've turned it into an LKLP, I believe. That's what it's called. Okay, here's the Hindman newspaper, and it's called Troublesome Creek Times, the voice of Knott County. And this little county, well, little town, her county seat, it's not very big, but I grew up here. I was born and raised in this part of Kentucky. And I guess you call this my hometown. Here's a building that's still destroyed from the flood. This place was underwater.
What's the difference between the city hall and the courthouse? Well, I'm talking, and you just got your camera on.
Okay, no I don't.
Well, I'll explain it.
Good. We're now in front of City Hall, and this little plaque was erected July the 28th, 1922, and this right here is the people that perished in the flood. All these people lost their lives, and this was in Knott County alone. That's not counting Breathitt County and some of the other places that people perished in. But it was a horrible flood. That's why I call it a monster. That's exactly what it was. And I don't want to ever go through anything like that again. It's terrible.
I think you said 1922 instead of 2022.
Yeah, I meant 2022. And on up around that curve right there, there was some houses beside the road, and they washed away, and some little ladies, little old ladies that lived in them, they washed away too. Such a
Scared him. He didn't want to get back in the car with you.
Oh, you think? Hey, he was still in the car with me.
I know. He said once I get out, I ain't
He didn't want to do it again. Is that what you're saying? There used to be a Dollar General store through here. Long gone now, but